Yes, it was.
You told this guy a lot.
It very much was.
I never said it was a dead tune. I never said it was a dead tune.
Okay.
At no point did I say that tune was whack. No point have I said that tune's whack.
Drake could have been better.
Drake's verse could have been better for sure. That's
No,
just my
wait.
opinion.
No, wait,
but
wait.
the tune's
No,
a banger. It's a
I remember
banger.
the argument you said, we'll see if it goes off like that in the summer.
Yeah, as in like in comparison to Sprinter.
We didn't say
No, but just
at
in
the time.
but
not
at the time, those are the only two tunes that came out like within a week apart.
But we were saying
What
Who
tune
told
is
you?
gonna blow or bang over summer? Sprinter is gonna be the one that overpowers.
I think for us,
in my opinion,
I think for us, Sprinter, yes, but not everybody's gonna know the
Sprint,
verse. Like
yeah,
that.
Sprint's for like man them.
You get me? Like it's more like it is the man them song. Really,
but
true.
I think overall, don't get me wrong, the J Hus tune isn't. J Hus went ham on that.
When he's
In my
played that, so everyone saw what they're doing.
Yeah, that tune is. Who told you, Batman? Don't listen.
came out. Everyone,
You
did,
get me? It's
everyone
one of them
did
Jones. Don't ever get it
two-step.
twisted.
We did 2-step,
Yeah.
and we enjoyed. And I remember I was like, DJ, did you play it twice? I'm not sure.
No, he willed it.
I think he
no,
did.
He willed it.
Because, bro, that's the first. So I was saying to him, I was like, the week before that, I was at my friend's sister's birthday at Prince of Peckham. DJ the same thing. He played that tune. I was like, bro, this tune is hard.
It's not. It's nasty. It's nasty.
He reloaded it, and I felt like when he reloaded it, I was like, this
That's
guy
like
tried to
confirmation.
pinpoint. Yeah,
And you know the tunes when you have to reload it.
it just feels right. Feels right. Feels
But
very,
I feel
very
like
right.
Sprinter's got. It's nowhere near location, but it has that type of vibe. I know it's still Dave's
Sprint is
tune.
like a clash.
Yes.
When you
It's
say
like-
Clash, what do you mean?
Like Stormzy,
Stormzy,
Dave,
Oh, no,
Dave,
yeah, like that.
Like when 2021, when that's all we was playing throughout that summer.
Yeah. It's
Sprinters
definitely one for the
now.
man then for sure.
Sprinters
Who
come
told
back.
you, man? Don't listen. I can't get it out of my head.
You get me?
Too dumb.
It's like, and it's funny as well because when I was there at Prince of Peckham, the DJ was sick because when he reloaded it, he played it again and he just let the beat run. And because I was like, this song is like, bro,
It's just
I'm
a
not,
vibe.
Bro,
It's just-
bring,
it's just
bring
one
it
of them
vibe.
ones,
I'm
man.
just like, bring in Funky House. Like, this is probably the perfect time to
Funk,
mix in with Funky
yeah.
House.
Put some Deneo and just
Brother,
fuck it up.
I heard that beat and I was
Black
like,
coffee
Oli,
and
Oli, Oli. Oh, I just tried it at that time and it went off. I was like, yeah, this tune is the one.
No, it's a banger, man.
This is the tune.
banger.
But yeah.
Yeah, that and Sprinter will have its clashes and have its chills this summer
Yeah,
for
back
sure.
and forth, back and forth. But you know what's
Definitely
crazy?
both of them out.
Yeah.
The question was, and this is what I heard earlier today in the pod, innit? So now that everyone's been dropping now, innit? Stormzy,
Drop something else as well, innit?
yeah, longevity flow.
Oof.
I think Stormzy's gonna go on like that J. Cole sort of
Yeah, he's just dropping shit now at this point.
trajectory. But I think like he's against the grain now. Like if you even clock the way he raps, he ain't really even swearing like that too much.
Yeah,
Or
he's
he's on that like
definitely different.
I'm using my skills. You get me? Bunda clout and rapping about what's popular. I remember I'm using my skills. Yeah.
Skill set.
And it's gonna take. I think it's gonna take a minute for everyone to like jump back onto the Stormzy because even if you look at he's dropped a couple of videos on YouTube, I don't think none of them hit like 1 million or anything. Like that. But it's like similar to like J. Cole. Like the real ones rate him,
Yeah.
but mainstream are like, you're not rapping about what we want to hear right now.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah,
but
like-
he's gonna keep doing this thing, and then people.
I
will
feel like,
oh,
I feel
shit,
like,
no, he's cold.
do you feel like this album is kind of like his Forest Hills Drive in a way, basically? Like this is his sound.
Yeah,
now.
the
Like
album.
this. No, the album that he dropped, obviously.
But before
What's his name of the album that he dropped? This
Yeah,
this is what I mean.
This is what I mean.
So like, this is what I mean. It's kind of like his way of saying like, yeah, it's my Forest Hill Drive now, because like it's his own lane. This is like the sound that he wants to do. This is kind of like he's taking a gamble a little bit. It's way off. No, it is a bit off.
soft
from
pocket,
his old-
soft pocket from what he's
done before. Very different new sound, and it's like a different side of him. Obviously.
But I think into that like Rolls Royce type of rap where man just the quality is different. Like the music videos are high quality. The sound is high quality. His flow is high quality. Like he's really focusing on the quality of the music that's dropping. Not to say things like what Dave and what J Hus is gonna drop is not quality, but we can even just see it and hear it. They're not putting in so much detail like Stormzy. Stormzy's going to like the finer things, like the smallest stuff. Like I still want to look back on that Longevity Flow music video because I know that there's visual things that man hasn't even unplugged yet. Because you know, like when they move into this section, then they move into they got meanings. Them things have got
I've
meanings.
even watched the whole video. I've just seen clips of it.
Yeah. Now watch the whole video,
I even
but I need
think-
to go through it more.
That song is like a reminder. It's like, hey, don't forget who I am.
But that's the thing.
It's
And
like-
he's showing levels in terms of like, I know Dave's dumb and I know J Hus is, but he's older than both of them, man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brother, listen, these man are little, man. Them man can't, I'm not trying to go down there and do what they're doing. They got to come up here and do what I'm doing.
Is
So
that
it's
when
like
J.
mutual
Cole-
respect.
but
Yeah.
it's like
Is that
at
when
the
J.
end of the
Cole
day-
dropped Middle Child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I hear what these men are doing,
But trust
but
me,
I'm the GOAT.
I can come in and because he was dropping tunes, but they weren't like hitting mainstream. Like they're like, oh, what you might think I can't do mainstream? You might think I can't drop.
Yeah, let me just give you one of these quick.
Middle Child.
Yeah, because Longevity is definitely like a throwaway. Because I don't know if this is going to be a deluxe album thing or
I
if he's just like,
I think it'll be a new album still.
yeah. Well, right now it could go whatever.
Either that, or he's gonna just go on the next single.
On the next thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He
bare
could just do
tunes.
that.
Yeah.
Like, because Toxic
He
Trait,
dropped
I didn't
Toxic
know.
Trait as well.
I didn't know if it was like, alright, cool. It's just like you
He's
letting
going
us
back
know
into
there's a deluxe
The rapping
coming.
bag. I think he's going back into like the rap.
Yeah.
Because you know it is, if you watch like Stormy stuff, I'm not saying other musicians don't love music, but he's someone he loves music.
No, he does
like,
love music.
You know, one he's like he will sing like bro.
Like,
man
he
sings,
didn't have
bro.
to do it because it's the only thing for him. Like he actually chose music.
Yeah,
Like,
and he studies it, and of course, like as he gets bigger, his circles are mixed. And, like he's hanging around with flipping, like what's that guy fam? That Lewis Capaldi. Is it Lewis Capaldi?
Lewis
Is his
Capaldi,
name?
yeah.
Like he's hanging around with a man like him, like
Big up Ed Sheeran.
all these
Yeah,
men,
All these men
where,
are next to Ed,
like,
you're good.
And the thing is, I think the thing about like black artists or like people that come from rap here is you don't always have access unless you're backed mad by a label, but they're not gonna do that unless you've proven like, listen,
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
run
yeah, I
things.
can
Like,
do
I don't
numbers.
need you, man. You man need me. Someone like a Stormzy or Dave, but they're not gonna get access to like the mad producers or the mad sound engineers, like these men that are working with Jay-Z
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
the mad people. They're getting man from, you get me, down the road, cuz that he's doing his thing, but he's not also at that. He's also on the come up still. They ain't going to the people that like, oh yeah, if a man's worked on a Beyonce album or done this, like someone people. But now Stormzy's and them, man, they get access to, like these type of people. That's why their sound is so much richer than just.
And you know,
get me?
You know what's mad? A guy that produced Longevity Flow on Twitter said, "Yeah, I produced this." Some random buddy, you know,
Yeah.
brother. When I saw that tweet, I've gone, "Fairs, I hate you."
Now he's got a shout out. 'Cause
Yeah.
that shout out means a lot.
It means a lot. It's
A
massive
whole lot.
because there's a lot of men that's doing bits, but not to switch gears too tough off the music thing, yeah. But Stormzy and Zaha, have you sort of seen what they've been
Yeah,
doing?
they bought
going
her.
on?
That's sick still. That's
So they
big.
bought.
Might as well go. Actually, no.
Once I hear the word bought, I'm already, my ears are lit.
So they've bought. I think
Croydon.
it's AFC Croydon,
yeah.
That
which is a.
is
It's a step. I think it's a
wavy.
step 4 team. So like a league or two above where I'm at right now.
They both came together and said, we're going to buy this
And
team.
someone else. There's a third person. I forgot his name though.
It's black owned though.
Yeah, I'm gonna find his name.
That's
But
wavy,
he
though.
deserves his.
Yeah, so
his,
they built.
his
They
acclaim.
come together as like a consortium. So it's like a group of people just put money into
Damn.
a pot,
I mean, no.
and then yeah, they're gonna basically run it,
Yeah.
run the football club.
Yeah,
build it up,
man, I'm putting their money in a
bring up
big
the
investment.
Fam is mad still, and it's one of them ones like fam. If you're going to like on your way to Steven's house, you pass like, where they play their home.
Danny Young. Danny Young is the other.
Danny Young is, I know that name. Ex-baller, innit?
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, I know that name.
Danny Young. Yeah, it's mad. I
Who did he
mean,
play for again?
what? Sorry,
Danny Young.
I'm not too sure who he played for. I could Google it for you if you
Yeah.
want. But it's one of them ones where we like to see things like this.
Love
Because I would love to be in a club where man's playing, and yeah, like Zaha. Well, we spoke about this time ago. Like
in Croydon, they
the-
came up through Croydon.
black people that are making a lot of money, investing into our communities and bringing them up. Like that's what we want to be seeing. We don't necessarily want to be seeing Stormzy's and Zaha's buying some next team in some other country trying to do some other thing. It's like big man. Try to settle it here. You get me?
They still could do
Yeah,
that.
they could, but they've chosen to support.
Yeah, Croydon. Like you get me with like the bits.
The ends.
So
That's like basically saying like with like Prem and Nov putting money back into Lucian.
yeah, the producing thing. They got a producing studio, right? Yeah, they got a
So-
producing studio. So
Yeah, it's
They-
like in that sense.
Yeah.
Like alright, cool. Like we're also making money, but also putting it back.
putting it back because like Nov's got his own studio that he actually he provides all the equipment for the kids and that to do music and that.
That's wavy. But you know what's crazy now? Yeah. So the question is now, innit? So initially, you know, like when the festival season come around and that, obviously Central just done his Glastonbury set, like just last week. So I was saying that obviously when it comes to headliner, innit? Like when it comes to headliner set, it's like cool. They go for the big name as always, innit? Boom. Like Wireless, they're probably gonna have a Future to close it off, or Drake, or
Egos.
get me somebody where it's like you're gonna see the sunset go to nightfall, like is or Burna Boy or Davido, innit? Yeah. So like now that everybody's obviously doing this now, innit? I was watching this podcast and it reminded me of the bar. Remember Skepta said on the Grease Mode, it said if I'm not the if I'm not the headliner, then I'm
if I ain't the headline,
then I must be the special guest.
Then I must be if I'm not the headline, then I must be the special guest. Yeah.
So that comes into it, innit? Like there's, I'm not saying it's like maybe it's a little bit of a flex as well. Like everybody wants to be like, listen,
get to
I'm
that point,
guy, innit?
Yeah.
Or if I'm not the headliner, I'm coming on as a guest. So I was thinking about it, and all the people that's already releasing now, if say Huss releases this year, innit? Come next year, it's gonna be bare lineups, like bare festivals, innit? Yeah. So it comes down to like, alright, cool.
Who's gonna be the king?
You get me? Because it's like,
or the festivals.
I'm pretty sure you ain't gonna get anybody like Central them and say, listen, bro, I'm not coming out. Like, I'm coming out as a guest, Fez, but I'm not coming out as like some little man beforehand. And like, listen, I love these man too, but. And also as a business thing as well, like even their management team is going to be like, listen, like
I think they'll separate, man. They'll all go to like they'll all like headline different.
Yeah, they'll headline different events still.
You can't do. I don't think you can do that all
it's
in.
their check as well, so like they're all gonna have different price points. Even though their
team ain't gonna allow.
They'll be in and around similar brackets, but they're gonna have different price points. You know what I'm saying? Like Stormzy is probably gonna be the highest.
Highest for sure.
Then like
Dave,
Sench and J Hus probably similar.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got those four man.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to rap and all that type of stuff,
they're mad. DBE 5, DBE.
I wouldn't say they're levels in terms of like,
niche.
nah.
They're levels.
They're niche.
Really?
But I don't even know if they're levels in terms of like them, man. Because rap-wise, there's a big difference between Stormzy, Dave, J Hus, and then Sench. Like, you get me? But in terms of popularity in festivals, them four, like, bro, they will destroy festivals.
To be honest, DBE did sell out O2.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, they do, but headlining a wireless, I don't know if DBE can do that.
It depends.
They've got the bangers, but
maybe not now.
I don't think they'll have the pull for that.
Like a year or two.
Because a headline is like massive.
It's like they almost need to go to America and come back because it's like
they're not getting the ratings.
It's like it's like the certain like music listeners, that they only rate you if like you blow in America because their style is sort of like America, like the Lil Wayne, that type of. Like,
you know what's mad?
Me singing on the auto tune, but like they're hard. Someone like Nate Smalls, fam, he's hard, but he don't get the recognition because
you know what?
Track with my man from America, fam.
But
he's going to do a freestyle or something.
Tell me if I'm wrong though, because like one thing I would say, and there's another thing I clocked on the pod, but it's like when it comes to all these other artists doing sick in America. It's because, like, obviously, they're British, cool. But it's like, they also don't sound like what these lot will get in America. Like, it's like, certain people like to know that, these men are different. Like, this sound is different. Like, I don't want to hear somebody who... I'm not saying DB has the exact flow like the Migos or like an NBA Youngboy and that, but the sound is, like you said, similar. Yeah. So, like, I don't know if Americans will be like, we already got something that sounds like this. Like, we got a gun.
Do you know what?
Because we can have patience. Because we'll be like, listen, Southman... DBE, we know where they've come from. Cool, I'm taking them in. Whereas America, when these men have multiple streams of how many artists back and forth, this sounds like this sounds like that. It's like, fam, I don't need to.
So they got to pick of the bunch, basically. Like they get to kind of like pick who they like. And
when you get a Skepta that comes to your scene, that's different. When you get Stormzy that comes to your scene, that's different. When you get a Day that comes to your scene, that's different. Sench that comes to your scene, that's different. It's like, okay, cool, this is different.
Yeah, because it's different, they can take it. But then when it's like it kind of blends in a little bit. It's kind of like, now I'll rather pass on that and just stick with.
I'd rather listen to YNW.
No, I get that point because it makes it's kind of like with footballers sometimes. It's like you might have a player that he's good, but it's like we've already got this guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Odegaard and De Bruyne, like Man City are going to be like, bro, no, we straight, like we've got that. But then if you come with like a Foden, who's just different. Yeah, man, taking that. Now, I have to take that.
Yeah, like he's sick. Like, don't get me wrong, my man's sick as well, Odegaard, but like.
Foden's special. That's different. Like, Foden you can't get that anywhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But someone like Odegaard, he's cold, but like a couple other men, like Wilshere was like Odegaard. Like there's certain man that's like, no, I can compare you to bare man still.
Yeah.
But I also think there's a couple things that are about as red on this. Not yet though. There's a couple there's a couple walls. The first one I think is slang. When you look at American, they don't catch on to UK slang the way we catch on to American slang. Do you know what I mean? So they can listen to bro, the ones I've seen, like, them reaction videos.
Yeah.
The bar is cold. Them man are just
Just going
it's
through
gone
it.
over their heads.
Yeah,
fam.
they ain't reacted
They
to
don't-
it. They ain't reacted
I
to
said
it.
these niggas. I said like you get me. I said fam, rewind it and listen to the game, fam. Whereas us, we catch like most of the bars straight away, and also
Good point. Still,
yeah, and also I think like hear me out. It's gonna sound mad, but UK rap ain't really blown in America. Now you have artists. Listen, you have artists that's gone there and shelled it.
Yeah.
But look at it as a proportion. They've shelled it for like what they could do. Like even to Central C and Skepta. They did their thing in America, but like Americans were like, oh yeah, like that guy's cool, but they'll still end up listening to Lil Baby or do you know what I mean? They ain't like you ain't
talking about,
like
daily.
infiltrated it.
yeah, no
Like,
one's
made it
gone
so it's
in
like now
and
they only listen to UK for a long period of time.
Yeah, and stayed there. And
Do you know what?
It, bruv.
I hear you on this. I feel like there could be a change.
No, they
And
can. But I'm just
there's
saying up
one
like to
person
now.
I've got in mind for that.
Who?
Sench, bro.
I don't. But
I
he ain't even done
think-
it though. And the thing is, the people that do
I don't think
infiltrate.
I don't think
wait,
he's
the people that
stopped yet.
do no, but the people that
Yeah, I
do
think he
infiltrate
started.
America, apart from like, I won't even say DBE because they sort of got the cosign from
Jadakiss.
Jadakiss.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of people got like that Drake pass.
Go on. What Drake pass?
Skep got the Drake pass in America.
Yeah.
Sench got the Drake pass because I think
Even
one of
even
the first
Gigs
time
kind of got the
Gigs
Gigs got
Gigs.
the. Do you know what I mean? It's like, Brad, no, we need someone to just go out there on their own, forget the handouts, and infiltrate.
But it's hard.
We ain't
No,
gonna
it's
see that in
it's
a
hard. It
long
was
time.
no, it was hard.
I know it's hard.
It was hard in if it's in the Drake era, like
No, facts. That's
You know
what I'm saying.
'Cause
But
it's
it's just
kinda
like
like-
an unfortunate, like,
scenario
like,
where it's
yeah,
like
like
Drake was there and he's like,
Drake's
"Alright,
there,
you're
bruv.
popping.
They-
I'm
like,
gonna
He's
help
basically
you."
like the bridge.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
he's like,
still
bro,
is.
anything Drake drops, people are listening.
People
to
listen to it.
worldwide, so
Facts.
he can like sort of like, yeah, bro, come on, you get me, show you in. Whereas like no one's sort of like, nah, I'm just gonna go and blow myself.
The thing is, and I agree with you, and I think that's a really good point. To the contrary of that point, though, it's like you're fucked if you do, you're fucked if you don't. So, for example, imagine like UK artist goes over there, shells it down in America, and blows in America. People would argue, yeah, he's blown in America, but like no one in America fucks with him now. Do you get me? Like, no one really co-signs him. But then if you get the cosign, it's like, yeah, but no one's doing it without the cosign. So it's like there'll always be an argument for both, if that makes sense. Like it's a good point for both sides, but it's true. Like a guy could go over there, do his thing without no cosign, but then man will be like, but no one even fucks with him over there. Though.
Yeah, I think the only way you can see it is when one artist goes and just starts just jumping on bare songs from.
Yeah.
Basically that.
Like, bro,
Like,
make
man's
his own
got infiltrate.
Migos, Big Sean.
Yeah.
Like,
Infiltrate
bare,
properly.
like,
Yeah.
just go in there and go
But you know what's
crazy.
mad
fam.
though, bro? And this is why I say this, innit? Because like, I really feel like, remember how you said Dave would be the new. You say Dave,
Drake.
would, yeah.
We'll take his place.
I think Sench might also close. It's a close call, bro. Because one, we already know the reach he has, and let's be real, like Sench is still. He's been grinding out for a good while, innit? But in terms of being on the scene, he's still relatively new name,
Fresh.
really and truly.
He's on
Like,
double XL
Bro.
freshman list.
Like he's for a British artist to have that already, that's sick. But then there's also like the features he's already had, which he doesn't do as many features. He doesn't do that. Like he really doesn't.
Stefflon Don broke America
She
with
did.
no Drake cosign.
She did the French Montana co-sign though. Cause remember she done what's it called?
What's that
Hurting.
new tune that she dropped from us?
Let's not talk about that.
Hard.
You like that?
I've not
too?
heard it. I've not heard
Bro,
it.
it's
So-
actually
Is it
hard,
wavy?
bro. Where's
She got bangers though.
Is it Barbie? or
She
something? What's
is
it called?
hard, but no, are you talking about the Nicki Minaj one? That's the Barbie one with Ice Spice.
Nah.
No, you been listening to Ice Spice over there,
No,
huh?
no.
What's that Barbie joint? Wait.
No, what's the song?
I forgot the name of it.
No, it's called.
I heard the first couple minutes. I was like, eh.
Yeah, no, first couple minutes, but no, I'm talking about like the bars. And the thing is, hear me out. It's like when you
What,
know
Move
when you,
It. It's called Move It.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know when you played WAP.
Yeah.
Is that is that gave me that same feeling?
This
He
thing.
is like.
Yeah, no, the beat, of course, but it's like creative though. Listen to the bars though.
But this
Let's
sounds
fit,
very
let's fit.
commercial.
Nah, Jay, nah.
Sounds
Hold
very
on,
No, it is
hold
no,
on,
facts, it is
hold on.
commercial. I'm saying her
You know
bars
what?
is cold.
At least let us play it.
Man didn't
properly.
even play the
Wait,
bars.
wait,
No,
wait,
no,
wait.
copyright, bro. What do you mean, bro?
Let
Can't
us
let it
play
run.
it. I'm not going to be able to critique that off of phone speaker.
Play in
I
the
need to
car.
play it. I'll play it.
No, we'll play it on those speakers in a minute when we're done with the
Yeah,
pod.
like let me take the beat in and whatever. Then yeah, but Not off a phone. I know, no,
It
wait.
was a little loose. It was a little loose. I was there. You get me? It was loose though, because take the beat in. It was like,
No.
What do you mean by that, bro?
Had the hand on the host already, cuz.
I was like, what do you mean by that, bro?
So let me take the beat in. You get me? Like, I'll just leave it at that. Full stop. But the reason I'm saying Sench now, innit? So one, he doesn't do as many features now, innit?
Yeah.
Relatively new. Bro, he's gonna infiltrate. Because Really C has done Roll Aloud sets. He's done all of this, and a lot of people already know about him, innit? He already has a feature with Drake that ain't been dropped yet. Lil Durk teased about him and Durk got a song. I remember like, but he's been sitting on it for a minute though. Like I remember there was a post that Durk put comment on his IG. It's like, yo, when you gonna drop the beat? When you gonna drop the tune? He ain't done that. He's linked up with Coil Ray. Like I feel like Sench has already been plotting. And I think he's got that reach.
I think he's got the reach. He does have he's gonna infiltrate. He's going to be in there.
All my days.
But I don't think he's gonna get to that level of stardom like a Drake.
Do you know why? Do you know why Dave edges it? I would say.
Go on.
It's because he's got more skill.
Yes, thank you.
So for example,
it's the skill factor.
Bruv, you know that Jay-Z verse on
to the next one.
Huh?
Is it on to the next one? Oh, because you said
no, the Jay-Z verse on that DJ Khaled tune with Rick Ross, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
God did.
Dave could have had the verse on that.
Brother, facts.
Yeah, he could.
Dave is good enough to have a verse.
Dave's
on
got
that.
that versatility.
He can cook and kill it.
Yeah.
Sench, I don't know if he's got the content to
he
go
ain't
on
shown
that verse.
Yeah, okay, cool. He hasn't shown it, but he hasn't failed at it because he hasn't
hasn't
seen
tried
him
it.
attempt.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't tried
Bro,
it.
Dave dropped
Until he fails it.
What's that last tune on his album? One of the last ones when he's talking rapping, he goes crazy like on a cappella. Talk about and at the end the
Heart Attack?
sound bite of his mum.
Heart Attack.
Bruv,
Yeah.
that song,
Nuts.
the quality on that song
Yeah, it's stupid.
is ridiculous.
You can hear it. It's like he's spitting in the booth, bro. Like, like when he's talking, it's like, you know, like when Potter Paper's spitting, it's like you can hear, like, man's got the. Like, brother, you get me? It's like, it feels like that. But that's why I feel like when I made that point about Dave, because he has that skill level. Man plays the piano, like, man's got that skill level where it's like, no, I am deeper than just a
there's
mic
so many
and a
more
good
layers.
beat.
There's so
Whereas
many more
Sench,
layers.
he is great at marketing. He's great at
Sench
bars.
is like a Neymar, fam.
Yeah, he's flary
Dave
and he
is
will,
like a-
he'll sneak in the conversation, but it's like, no, peel away all the other stuff. What have they got? Like, who are they? And Ronaldo and Messi will stand clear of Neymar, bro. Clear. But Neymar's still good.
Unless we get that one EP or something where Sench is like, I'm on some next thing. Like, I'm talking about, like, he brings in a string called the chords. You might even hear him play a young guitar, whatever. If he's around Dave enough and he wants to learn the trick of the train, and he wants to learn the trick of the train, I wouldn't be
I don't even think
surprised.
you have to learn how to play it.
You do it with Charleston done to Ronaldo, man.
Broski, get some of it on you. You get me? But like at the same time though, yeah, I just feel like there's just a lot that I haven't seen him done yet, and it's in a short amount of time that this guy's already on some stupid levels.
He is the on mad level.
On some stupid levels.
Yeah, that I had these millions.
Only a year.
Oh, man, Sench is doing this thing, man.
Yeah, his trajectory's stupid.
It's dumb, man. The man's in
trajectory
Europe,
that he had
heavy.
And he's doing it early.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when Dave was doing Europe, it was more like 2018, 2019, just before Psycho Drama dropped. And we was already loving Dave off. Yeah. But obviously, they just get to know him. Like, these all get to know Sench at this peak already.
I think you got to be careful, though, because the baby. Now, the baby had a mad trajectory. He was going nuts. And you know when you got a certain sound, like Sench's got a certain sound, where it's like he's got a certain cadence, you kind of get, he kind of raps similar on every single song in it. It's not like he changes his flow that often.
He gets away with it though.
He does get away with it. The baby did for so long, but then it does get to a point where it's like, all right, nigga, say something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, say it in a different way or something. Like, go on a different beat at some point. So it's like Sench at the moment, he's doing well because he's actually not dropping that much music.
Yeah.
He's letting his tunes like space out. He's dropped one tune here, go quiet for a piece, drop another tune. So he's doing it very well.
And he's just doing consistent bangers.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
But then when he drops
bangers.
like 10 songs at once or like 15, everyone's gonna be like, all right, bro, this EP sound the same from track 1 to track 7 now. Like, I ain't gonna listen to track 8, bro, because I know what it's gonna sound like. So that's, artists sometimes get to that point too. But back to Stefflon Don. We have to rate what she's done. Like, she's infiltrated America on the next thing because she's a female. She went over there. She signed to QC. Like no Drake
I
feature,
forgot she's with
no
Quality Control. I forgot
brother.
about
Like
that.
she
Yeah.
did her thing still. I can't lie. I think
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Dachavelli thing fucked her thing up heavy still.
You think it did? I think it helped.
No,
Like she kind of had to get away from the UK film.
nah, but like it's like that was her brother. So it's like if that's what he's on. Remember, it's like what we was talking about with what's that man name? ITV brother.
Oh, man.
Schofield.
Yeah. That
So like
name
his
sounds
brother
so
was on some
villainous.
nonce shit, and then you get kind of dragged into it, and then now you're on some nonce shit. It's like, okay, if he was on this fucking, what you want? So you kind of get
mad. I
that.
know
It's
certain men
nuts.
are willing to overlook it if she got.
Come on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
100.
That's facts. If we're being real here, like most men are gonna overlook it because it's.
But
Steph.
she's probably the only UK artist that actually got into the UK. No Drake feature, no nothing. Done her thing. They are like she's an American artist, but in theory she's from the UK.
And also, let alone that she has that kind of aesthetic where she looks like she already fits in that market already.
Yeah, she already looks like a city girl.
Yeah, she already has that kind of
Literally.
like
The flow.
style and all of that.
Just
like,
literally, it's just the
it's just the
accent.
tone.
That's
Yeah,
Make an
yeah,
accent, yeah, boss.
yeah. And even that, like, if she really wanted to get into the dancehall bag, she
Yeah,
can if
she
she
could
wants
get
to.
that
You
bag still.
know what I'm saying it's wavy, but I just don't rate. I ain't heard it yet, but when I heard the beat, I was just like, bro, like.
Forget the beat, bro. Listen to the bars.
But you know what it is? It's because when you think about like Link
But do you
Up
like
TV,
Madagascar, fam?
Nah, but you know what it is? We know what kind of sound that is, though, innit? And we know obviously strategically what it's gonna do.
It's
Yeah,
on
no,
radio,
facts, but
it's
it's
just
like WAP.
like-
It's like WAP, though. Trust me.
No,
it's
but
like
what
WAP,
was
though.
like? It's also like in your face, kind of like
Because
no,
the
forget
bars
the
was
rules.
nasty.
Listen
No,
to
no,
the
no,
bars
don't
of
get
The
me-
bars
this,
was just
bruv.
mad.
No, no, no.
Listen to it.
I,
That's what I'm
even
telling
if
you,
the bars
fam.
are nasty, yeah. But if I heard WAP here, I'm gonna be like, alright, cool. I don't know this beat. This beat just slapping. Now the beat already
Beat was
caught me
hard.
off.
Beat was hard.
Beat was hard, bro. I was just like, there's some holes. Said the sample they cleared
Some
that.
holes in this. Hey, Kobe loves
Brother,
that joint, you know.
come on,
You got that
bro.
shit
So
on every time.
What? Did some holes?
Yo, even if you don't say the bars, yeah, just singing that ad-lib. There's some holes in this house. Hey, that's a hard line, bro. You already got me. So cool. WAP is already hard, innit? But
Essentially, you can go on that song.
which one?
Stefan on the
What, Sense?
that beat.
I can
What, this
see
one?
it.
Yeah, most likely.
Blow up
Yeah,
on
I can
TikTok
see
or
it.
something like
I can see it. Yeah, he's on that rate, and then that's the thin line he walks on. Like the little not playground tunes, but the playground joints.
It
like,
is a little bit.
You're
Like,
on
he
that
knows his
vibe.
market because
And that's
his
what-
market is a lot of people that's younger than
Young
him,
G's, yeah,
and
yeah.
they're going to
eat it
infiltrate.
up, and they're gonna eat it up, and then they're gonna, you get me. But at the
Goes
same
up.
time, that's what the baby was on, and the baby right now, like he's got a tune right now that Shake Something tune that's kind of going viral. But at the same time, it's like, brother, when are you gonna drop some shit that's gonna be like, not necessarily has to be backpack or it has to be like mad content, but like something different. Like do something where it's like, bro, you're an artist. Because like we spoke about this before. Lil Baby had that thing where everyone thought he was just this mumble rapper, and it's like, nah, man's got content, man's got stuff that man's gonna talk about. Then it's like, alright, cool. Now you're in that realm. And even like Lil Durk to an extent, it's like, oh, you're just gonna be this guy that's talking about guns and killing people, and it's like, nah, I can talk on this level. So it's like, when do you show that artistry?
It's like that risk because you've seen it happen to certain artists where after that they experiment and then they fall off because people don't really mess with them like that. And then, I won't say it nearly happened to J. Cole, but I said it last time. Like there's two albums that people look at as like experimental album is KOD and For Your Eyes Only. For me, I said I didn't like KOD. Like I don't listen to it.
I like For Your Eyes,
But
Only,
then-
though.
Yeah,
For Your
yeah, I
Eyes
like For Your Eyes
is-
Only. Yeah, I like For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah.
But it's like you need enough content to kind of protect
Should
you.
be able to do
Like if you've dropped
Yeah.
2 tracks, yeah, sorry, 2 albums, and say if you dropped one, because how many albums has Central C got? One in
that.
it,
We got one.
one. But
And
you
a
got a couple
mixtape,
mixes,
One in a
mixtapes.
mixtape.
Yeah, but like that one, as you said, is this like the style is consistent, the sound's consistent. If he chooses to like experiment now and it doesn't flop, it does flop. Sorry, he's sort of like got one chance.
Yeah, he's got
to come back,
and he's got time. He's got time. As a
no,
young
but I'm just saying
he's got time.
he's got time as a young G. But I'm saying from being, he can like his level will drop. If the next album that he drops ain't a banger, his level will drop. He might not be as mainstream as he was. Whereas like if you are like a J. Cole, you came in your like third studio album, it's like alright, cool, now I can experiment.
Fuck around. It's like with Drake.
Kendrick Lamar, Drake. Do you know what I mean?
But
Because they
then I
got
feel like-
bare history. Like,
I
you
feel
know
like
them.
We had grace period for them, man, though, because really and truly, we was growing up with them, man. So at that point, even now, obviously the music business is such a machine where every artist is dropping a new tape like that, innit? But then, fair enough, there was still a lot of artists, but we had a lot of time for these artists, where it's like they actually could do a consistent sound for 3 albums deep. Cool. Then that 4th album, they do a whole different. Kendrick with Damn, J. Cole with KOD, Drake.
Dan was better than KOD though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But that was his own experimental album.
that
It just
went
sounded better than Cole's, innit? But they're different artists, innit? But it's also like when we come now with like Sench and Dave and them man now, these men are only like, 1 album, 2 albums deep. So it's kind of like, how long do we give them the grace period?
To stay with the same.
Because it's like, I feel like now in this UK scene, that's one thing I see a lot of like musical critiquers. They're like, but how long can they do this for? And I'm kind of like,
give them time, like we're impatient.
No, give them time, but you have to see signs of the craftsmanship. Now,
signs of it, facts.
So you can't just put a collection of songs together and call it an album. Like, an album is a body of work.
You go away for a while and do that shit.
You tell a story. You explore different feelings. Blah blah. It's not just banger. Like you start getting numb to the bangers, fam, and just you know what I mean. It's like
it's rare.
The baby. What's the other guy?
What?
Lil Baby?
No, the baby.
The baby.
Yeah, like he dropped that album.
But to be fair though, his last album was about. It had themes of his dad's loss.
It did, but I'm saying like this, like But an album is more than just the story. There's like so many things, like the sounds, the story that you're telling, the different cadences, because like different emotions and different feelings will have different cadence to go with. You can't tell me that you're like your dad and that, but then every song is like a trap or a drill song. Like every beat is just, you get me? I'm proud, like, what? You meant to be sad in the song, like, you get me? But the big artists that we're talking about, the Drakes, the Kendrick, all these man, they've taken you on mad journeys throughout the albums, on all the different albums. Even if Stormzy's done it, Dave's done it, that's probably what's setting them apart.
Yeah,
people that done it in the UK that probably haven't got the fame because maybe they came a bit too early for their time or they didn't have the limelight. Are people like Wretch, Gets, Potter Paper just done it. I don't know who anyone else really from the UK mainstream like that. I'd say that's dropped like an album. You know, it's like a journey, fam.
But mainstream though.
Yeah.
Is it our idea of mainstream or mainstream? Because there's still some mainstream artists.
Yeah, no, name some. Just it didn't come to my head.
Sims, Nuts.
Yes.
Skepta has with Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
Skepta 2.
Like that wasn't just a grime. Like had grime tunes, but
it
also
had
like,
everything. Yeah,
you get me?
It had everything.
Like that's how I look at albums. As
and
like
I think that's
Little Sims is a perfect example.
That's a fair point, but they're different artists, of course. But Migos had a period of time.
Oh, they had a
where
long
they had
period of
they
time.
had albums that were. There definitely was elements of like a
just playlist shit.
No, kind of, but basically it did have a story. But shit, the album was called Culture, so the album was like, no, we're the culture.
Some of the beats
we're gonna
culture.
drive things. We're gonna say catchy lines. We're gonna give you guys new rhetoric to use. Like no one really used the word culture until like the Migos kept on saying it so often. It's like culture. We actually have our culture, and it was that. Even though they were quote unquote mumble rappers, they still had a culture where it's like, nah, we've actually built something here. So they will also drop albums that were.
I do feel like they get away with it because they
like club bangers and shit.
Yeah, like who was doing what they done? Who sounded like them before?
No one.
They
Yeah, exactly. So they were pioneers. Mama,
you're actually very right. Like there was,
unless you're a maverick, unless you've come out. And you're doing this is a little bit like Central C. Like no one really sounds like him.
No.
But do you know who could do it? But it's from the streets, Digga D, because he's got the like. I think he's got the skill to.
He dropped a little album that was man.
Do you know what I mean? He's got the skill, but it's just he needs to sort his personal life out and just, you get me, stay on. Which is harder if you're from that life. It's hard to do. Facts, but
he's trying though. I've been seeing his vlogs that he's been doing. Like he's keeping up his social media presence now.
Yeah, Naughty by Nature, man.
Naughty by Nature, that was it.
No, that was a good album still, I can't lie. For Lil Young G.
Yeah.
Because if he tries hard, he could touch Dave.
If he really puts in the work.
Yeah, and he said it in the bar as well, innit?
What?
He said it in the. Do you mind hearing the bar?
No.
He said, I'm as cold as Stormzy as Dave. He said, I'm as cold as Stormzy and Dave. Fuck it, I said it type shit. Hold on, let me see if I can get 100%.
Because he would just drop a song like so nonchalant, like he doesn't care about it. Yeah. It's a banger like that. He dropped a tune recently.
Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Hard.
Yeah.
Cold. But it's like the way he drops it, it's like he don't even like,
it's a throwaway tune, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, take this, man.
But he's very talented.
Cold.
With
His
it.
freestyle's cold.
But I feel like, do you also feel like it's like, because I also feel like in the UK scene, there's a lot of artists where certain artists would like to be like, oh, that's my guy. I'll link up with him and like, because sometimes the link ups also do good for your presence as well, innit?
Yeah.
I just feel like he's that one guy in the UK scene where it's like,
Because he's problematic. He's like the problematic
And
child.
that's what gives him that 50 drip. So basically, this was
I
the bar.
feel like that's what
This
it
was the bar
is.
he said, I'm as hard as Stormzy and Dave. What a statement to make, but I say what I say and I mean it.
Yeah.
Like,
Another bar he said he got into Fredo, innit?
yeah, him and Fred are going back and forth. Yeah, they got beef. But that, like, for example, he's
not linking up with none of
he's
these,
like
man.
he's like with NBA Youngboy is.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's kind of half blackballed because of where he's at.
Yeah.
With his situation. Everyone, big businesses want to stay away from him, but at the same time, they
know he's
have
hot property at the same time though.
he's hot poppy, and you can't really get rid of him. He's too popular, and at the same time, he's too talented. So when he's saying what he said, I'm as hard as Stormzy and Dave.
Yeah.
It's like a double entendre in terms of you lot need to listen to me and deep what I'm saying, and not just look at what you lot read about me.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it's like, no, I should actually be low key where Dave is right now. Like I should be doing certain bits, but
I
you man
believe
ain't
that.
really hearing, man. Or I should be doing certain numbers like Sense, but you man ain't really hearing, man. Can't get blackballed. So like,
And I think the Sench thing sort of like Sench blowing up as big as he did is like,
And they're
his
both from
kryptonite.
West as well.
and they
because-
both have beef.
Yeah, they had beef when they were young.
They have beef. Do you get me?
I think it was reported like his older brother, one of his boys stabbed.
So
Sench's older
apparently,
brother or something like that.
one of Diggity and Diggity's boys apparently knocked up Central C's brother in it, and Central C was there and didn't do nothing basically. So he's always teased him about that basically, and then even Central C's responded to that and said he had a bar where he goes, yeah, that happened, but I won't let it happen again. It's on one of his bangers, like one of his tunes. He says it like that. But essentially, what I was about to say was, Diggity is in that bag where he's that 50 Cent. He is that I've got beef with the industry. I've got beef. Ooh. I've got
Sure, you don't want to split. Here's some names.
I've got beef with Sench,
Yeah.
who's everywhere right now.
Yeah. Fred.
I've got beef with Fred,
Yeah.
who's just done a tune with Stormzy.
Yeah.
Like I've got beef with the whole industry, bruv. Like no one's gonna fuck with me. You
And
feel
more
me?
time as well, them man are not just artists where it's like they're in the industry. Those man are also hot property artists. Other artists would like to link up with these man too. And if these man don't fuck with you, then it's kind of like you are kind of calling out in your own way now at this point.
You're on your J's. Like who's Diggity gonna do a tune with? Because you can't do a tune with DB because DB and them man chill with are cool with Sench. Like who's gonna do a tune? And because Sench is so big, he's gonna do a tune with everyone. Sench is gonna do a tune with everyone. So it's gonna take someone like the Baby, who did a whole album with NBA Youngboy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And the Baby's also cool with Lil Baby and Lil Durk.
Yeah.
It's gonna take someone that's ballsy enough to be like, no, I'll fuck with both sides. I'm gonna fuck with Sench and I'm gonna fuck with Diggity.
I think
Who's that?
Skepta would be that person because Skepta really fucks with Digger. He really, really fucks with him. I remember when he was in Penn and he was proper talking about. I remember because if there was one other person I think Sench would do a feature with, it'd be Skeps. Them man obviously they chill with each other. Clint, Dave. That's like the kind of like.
He's like a
batch,
bro
innit?
Jay-Z fam. Like if Jay like Skepta
Yeah, Jay-Z came in the
Yeah,
middle.
Sench can't tell Skepta what to do still.
Yeah.
Like Sench can say like to DB like, oh, hey man, listen man, if you fuck with them man, I don't fuck with you man. Like he can low key say it to DB.
Skep
to an
is
extent.
different person. Like, you
Whereas
ain't
like
saying
Skep,
that.
it's like
Skepta could even come out and say, bro, I don't rate Sench, and that Sench can't take a hit. Like, oh,
yeah, but alright, and then he won't say nothing though. He can't say that.
What's he gonna say, bro? Because if Skepta comes after you, it's long, it's long, bro. It's long, fam.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I very much hear that. But I do feel like it would be him because he fucks with Digger. He was really bigging him up, especially when he was in Penn, especially that mixtape that he dropped as well. And I just feel like that's like the person.
Imagine Dave did a tune with Digger D.
be
Now I know
stupid.
man, you might not hear
And you
it,
know his numbers would be astronomically
but that
stupid
would
after
be
that.
a mad song.
They could drop a
Very
song
much.
like a Thiago Silva.
They could do it back and forth.
That would be a mad song still.
And that would be a mad move for him.
And it'll be a mad move for
Yeah.
Digger D and a mad move for Dave in terms of his level of power.
Very much
You
so.
know, we just spoke about Skepta where it's like you can't tell Skepta nothing. Imagine Dave does it. What's Sench gonna do? Like, what you gonna do about it, Sen? Like, I'll fuck with you heavy.
And next
you
thing
know I'll fuck with you heavy.
Now Digger's in a new line for Cortez drop. And next thing you know,
I don't think
everybody's
Digger
gonna-
will ever wear Cortez still. Only because, bro,
'Cause of the
Clint and
link up.
Sench are too close.
Yeah, because of
They're
that
too
link up.
close.
But the
bro.
thing is, it's like can you trust Digga D to get to that level and behave himself?
No, you're right.
It's
I
like
know it's a damn fool when he gets there.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah.
You might fuck it up, bro.
yeah.
You just might shoot yourself in the
fuck
foot,
up
bro.
this money, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
Man might do a headline and Sench's there as well, and he'd be
And
like,
if
what?
you've co-signed it,
Yeah.
brother, you might catch a little something like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
what you rate you with him? Hey,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's like one of them ones. It's like I think he has to like. It's like 50. Like you literally said,
really
like
is a
literally
50.
like there's a point. 50 he had to have G Unit because no one.
But he had Dr. Dre. That was the
Well, yeah,
difference.
true. You got that mad cosign,
Man had
Dr. Dre
the
and-
craziest
and
cosign.
things.
in the
What's
game.
an incident? Is there a producer that Digga D? Because everyone's
think
got
Giggs.
a producer.
Someone like a Giggs.
Everyone's got a producer, bro. You got Metro Boomin and the Future. You've got
And 21 as well.
and 21 and Metro Boomin. But then you got people like Dr. Dre and Eminem, Dr. Dre and 50 Cent. Like everyone's got their partners. Timbaland and Justin Timberlake. You got that partnership where it's like, no, me and you connect, we'll take over the world.
Yeah.
Do you feel me? So it's like with someone like Digga D, he might have to have that producer.
Yeah. I just don't think he's found it yet.
Yeah. Because there was a UK producer. Who was it where I was like,
Still Bangles?
Still Bangles and Mo Stack and...
Still Bangles and
Yeah, but I
Nines.
don't think he
No,
has
no,
that.
no, like,
Digga D, like his Digga D style.
Yeah.
no, not him, but just like there was a UK producer at a point where there was just them two just doing loads of stuff together. So Digga D will have to find a producer where it's like, nah, me and him,
Yeah,
we
when we
can
work
have our own
together.
name.
Because it's also like when you see
Producers
like
might be scared
Russ-
to even work with him, fam.
Damn.
You imagine you're a studio by yourself with set.
Good Digga D.
Like, hey man, chill.
Yeah.
Man's like, hey, did you hear that? Hey, chill, man.
But that's also right. Now, this is not producer and artist, but it's also artist and artist because you also know that when Russ and Tion Wayne link up, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid
Yeah.
link.
That's
We
what
have
I'm
to give
saying.
Tion Wayne his props as well.
Very much so.
done his thing.
I forget
I
that this guy got number one, man. I always forget.
Is it me
Oh,
or the
last,
last?
that's Wayne's World
Classic.
3.
Classics,
That's
bro.
it.
Wayne's
Tion
World
Wayne.
3, bro.
Nah.
Yeah. I forget that this guy actually had a number one and he did it like he was actually somebody that the industry blackballed too. Because before all of that, like fam, he had to go do it all himself.
And
Then
he
link
had
up
to
with
like
Russ.
do the TikTok.
I don't even think
Nah.
that even was planned. I think it
know
just
what?
happened to be an accident and he said, cool.
But you had to like run with it because
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
People. And I think that's the lane that Digga D has to take. He has to go and not find someone, but have one person who's like, no, me and you gonna do this. Like, trust me.
Yeah.
And just try and do a thing where it's like.
I think
hey, bro.
he's on the journey to find that because you can see he's experimenting with like
Yeah.
even going to like
America,
Caribbean.
That too on
you
Moneybag
get
Yo
me?
was hard.
So she's probably trying to do it, but yeah, man. I think for him it's just if he can stay out of trouble, just separate himself from that type of life, then
Then he could do stupid numbers and he could be a big name. Like West London will be flames.
Will be flames.
West London, it will be the hot city.
They might try and take the crown from South, bro. Because we hold the crown right now. We got Stormzy, we got
We
Dave.
got Stormzy and Dave. That's what we got
That's
right
it,
now.
bro.
We
Like,
are
we got the
holding it
crown
down.
right now.
Stormzy and Dave. That's like all you need.
That's all we need.
Really
bro.
and truly,
Straight.
like those are my two cards.
Do you
And
get
it's
me?
easy. Cut to
That's
Conan,
straight.
got you there in the top.
Yeah, you lot did your thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You lot are still there though.
Yeah,
you
you're there.
lot on the
You know what I'm
bench.
saying?
You lot on
Hold
the
it down.
bench.
I'm saying, no,
These men are still doing up festivals and
they
oh,
was in
brother,
Glastonbury. They was in
brother.
Glastonbury as well.
Brother,
I was surprised. I was like, oh, bro.
big up
shout
Captain
outs.
Conan still.
Yeah. Without no album as well. I was like, cool. Hearing it.
You might see Conan get draped online.
What happened?
He was walking the stairs, so
So I just went, come here, bro. Get me.
Because
See, see cable room, bro.
because he's
Man just
small,
said, come
innit?
here.
Wait,
Just
was
look
it
funny.
like the man that they knew him? Or was
No,
it-
No,
just the
Gyal,
crowd, like, yeah.
Yaga, come here.
Yeah.
Stiff arm.
I know
man
him
had to-
as well. He's
man
gonna
had
make a
to dig
bar.
his heels
Put the
in,
brakes
cuz.
in, yeah, man. Put the brakes on.
And you know he's gonna make a bar of that shit as well. Yeah, but yeah, shout out to the music scene right now. That's going on. It was quiet. Remember what I said not too long ago?
Said it was quiet.
It
You
was
said-
quiet.
Yeah,
Said music industry's kind of quiet.
That
bro.
shit
It's
don't
heating
last
up.
long.
It's
That
heating
shit don't
up,
last
man.
long.
it's sizzling now.
It's
Yeah, I'm
summertime,
saying,
bro.
they
They
feel
have
that
to.
heat.
Because if you win the summer, it's like, I think artists know, if you win the summer, like, you're on top come to winter
You're a
time.
good
But one
person.
thing is, when is J House gonna drop this damn album, bro? Because he's
Well, he's
dragging
got that
it.
tune with Burner that he's now he's gonna wait. Obviously, he's gonna wait.
Dragging it. Drop the album, bro. Stop dropping
I
singles.
think,
man.
I don't know. I wouldn't say,
He's got one more single left from me.
I wouldn't
though.
say he's scared, but I would say he's probably thinking, Stormzy and Dave are coming out with some heat. He's probably
bro.
like, I ain't even got nothing for these niggas. Like, he's probably thinking, hold up. Just give him 2 seconds.
To
Go
be
back
fair,
in Bro, you might have to go back in the lab for a
He
minute.
probably did, because fam, right now, what's it called? Not Sprinter. What's the name of the EP again? Well, basically, Dave and Sench, they've been on number 1 for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been fucking up the streets right now.
So if I was him, I also would be like, not yet.
Yeah, let me wait. No, big facts, because it's kind of like,
not yet.
man, it's like when I said back in the day, I said like Instagram accounts are like cars. Like if you bring out a car in a certain area, it's like, yeah, no, rate that thing. But then if you bring out a certain
GLE.
car while the G-Wagons around, it's like, yeah, that car's meaty. So it's like, you got to be smart when you come out, bro.
You know, it's like the
me?
summer's still young. Like, we're just about to get into it. Like, we're only getting into July now. Them man did their thing.
Cool.
They own June. Cool.
Because if that J House album came out with nothing else around it, no Stormzy, no Dave, no
it's peak,
Sench,
it's
maybe we'll be like, you know what, this album's hard. But with Dave and Sench and Stormzy getting crazy,
I don't
it's
think
like,
a lot
bro,
of people.
that album, you don't want to hear that album being meaty, bro. Like, you don't want to hear that. Even if it's not, like, these men are going crazy.
And if anything, that could cause a civil war, bro. Because the next thing you know, all it's going to be is like, there's going to be a lot of people that's prideful, like, Streets are still hot with this album right now. Huss, we were here, you've been waiting. But they might not have the same reaction if this album was not still here. But if Huss just dropped, everyone's listening to it. Like,
everyone's going to listen for
you're
sure.
waiting,
For sure.
These men are number 1 for 3 weeks. If you drop now, no offense, Huss, but the love might not be the same.
It might not be the same.
It might not be the same. Now, they will be day one Huss fans like, no, I'm right over into the end, because I don't know what it is with Twitter. Like, they love underdog stories. They will like fight anybody who wants to disagree. But at the same time, there will be a divide.
I just want to hear music, bruv.
I want to hear music too, but I also want to hear it strategically at the best time.
Yeah, and have its own space, have
get
its own
me?
time in that, man.
Because right now,
it can get disrespectful, man. J Huss drops a tune, it's like, yeah, trust me, go to the club, all you're hearing is...
all you hear is who you told you, and then straight on to the next thing again.
Yeah.
It's like, raw.
Move
so
on.
We don't.
Move on.
You know what was there, like, when Snoop was at the source was, y'all love Death Row? What? Y'all love the West Coast?
Y'all don't love us.
Y'all love us? Well, let it be known there. We don't give a fuck, y'all East Coast, West Coast. Anything else happened before we cut out? Anything else happened to us? Interesting?
Nothing crazy. I saw, hey, John, shout out you, man.